Your mind becomes dangerous when left undisciplined. An old man once said those words to a young traveler who could not sleep. The young man had food. He had shelter. He had opportunities. Yet every night, his mind became a battlefield. He worried about the future. He regretted the past. He imagined problems that did not exist. And slowly, those thoughts began stealing his peace. If you have ever stayed awake at night replaying conversations, if you have ever worried about things that never happened, if you have ever felt trapped inside your own thoughts, then this story may be for you. Because the greatest enemy is not always outside. Sometimes, it lives inside the mind. And today, you'll hear the old man's advice that changed one young man's life forever. Many years ago, in a quiet village surrounded by hills and tall trees, there lived a young man named Kola. From the outside, Kola seemed normal. He worked hard. He respected people. He had dreams for the future. But inside, something was wrong. His mind never rested. When he woke up, thoughts attacked him. What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if I make the wrong decision? What if my future turns out badly? The questions never ended. One thought became 10. 10 thoughts became 100. And before long, an entire day was gone. Instead of taking action, Kola spent most of his time worrying. One afternoon, he sat beneath a tree, staring into the distance. An elderly man happened to walk by. The old man had lived in the village for decades. People often sought his advice because his words carried wisdom. When he saw Kola sitting alone, he stopped. "My son," he said, "why do you look troubled?" Kola sighed. "My mind won't leave me alone." The old man sat beside him. "What do you mean?" Kola looked down. "I think too much." The old man smiled gently. "About what?" "Everything. My future. My mistakes. What others think about me. What could go wrong?" The old man listened quietly. Then he asked a strange question. "If a thief entered your house every night and stole your food, how long would you tolerate it?" Kola frowned. "Not long. I would stop him." The old man nodded. "Then why do you allow your thoughts to steal your peace every day?" Kola had no answer. For the first time, he realized something. His suffering wasn't coming from reality. It was coming from the stories his mind kept creating. Scientists estimate that thousands of thoughts pass through the human mind each day. But here's the surprising part. Many of those thoughts repeat themselves. In other words, people often worry about the same things again and again. The mind can become trapped in loops. That's why overthinking feels exhausting. It's not because you're solving new problems. It's because you're replaying the same ones repeatedly. The old man understood this long before science explained it. The next day, Kola returned to visit the old man. "I want to understand my mind," he said. The old man nodded. "Then let me tell you a story. Years ago, a hunter entered a forest carrying fruit. Soon, a monkey noticed him. The monkey became curious. It followed the hunter. When the hunter stopped, the monkey stopped. When the hunter moved, the monkey moved. When the hunter ran, the monkey ran. The monkey could not leave him alone. Finally, the hunter disappeared. But the monkey kept searching. It searched all day. It searched all night. It became exhausted. Then the old man looked at Kola. "Do you know what that monkey represents?" Kola shook his head. "Your thoughts." The old man continued. "The more attention you give them, the more they follow you. Fight every thought, and more thoughts appear. Chase every fear, and more fears arrive. Argue with every worry, and new worries are born. Kola sat silently. The old man's words felt true. He had spent years chasing thoughts, trying to answer every fear, trying to solve every imaginary problem. And somehow, the thoughts only multiplied. The old man continued, "Peace is not the absence of thoughts. Peace is learning which thoughts deserve your attention." For a moment, everything became quiet. Kola finally understood. Not every thought deserves to become a belief. Not every fear deserves to become a plan. Not every worry deserves to become a burden. The mind produces thoughts. Wisdom chooses which ones to keep. Psychologists often describe the human brain as having a natural negativity bias. This means the brain tends to focus more on threats than positive experiences. Long ago, this helped humans survive danger. Today, however, it often causes people to imagine worst-case scenarios that never happen. Your brain is trying to protect you. But sometimes, it becomes overprotective. And that's when discipline becomes necessary. Several weeks later, Kola returned again. This time, the old man took him to a river. The water flowed gently. The old man pointed toward it. "What do you see?" "A river." The old man smiled. "And what happens when leaves fall into it?" "They float away." The old man nodded. "Exactly." Then he looked directly at Kola. "Thoughts are like those leaves. You don't have to grab every one. You don't have to follow every one. You don't have to stop the river. You simply watch." Kola stared at the flowing water. For years, he had been jumping into the river of his thoughts, trying to catch every leaf, trying to control every possibility, trying to predict every future problem. No wonder he was exhausted. The old man continued, "The strongest mind is not the one that thinks the most. The strongest mind is the one that knows when to let go." That lesson stayed with Kola. Whenever fear appeared, he noticed it. Whenever worry arrived, he observed it. Whenever doubt spoke, he listened carefully before believing it. Slowly, his life began changing. Not because his problems disappeared, but because he stopped creating extra problems inside his mind. Years later, Kola became known as one of the calmest men in the village. People often asked him for advice. And whenever someone complained about overthinking, he repeated the old man's words. Your mind becomes dangerous when left undisciplined. Because an undisciplined mind can turn small fears into large ones. It can turn uncertainty into panic. It can turn imagination into suffering. But a disciplined mind creates clarity. It creates peace. It creates wisdom. The old man was right. Most battles are not fought in the world. They are fought within. And often, the person who wins is not the smartest, not the strongest, not the richest, but the one who learns to master their own thoughts. If this story spoke to you, take a moment and ask yourself, what thought have I been giving too much power? Share your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoy wisdom stories, life lessons, and powerful teachings that help you grow, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Remember, you cannot always control the thoughts that enter your mind. But you can control which thoughts are allowed to stay. Thank you for watching.